From Bowl El Paso, we got the title matches of today's JBT events. Handicap way ahead of scratch, so we'll focus in on them. Top seed Jared Basie looking to win his first career JBT title against fellow rookie Ian Seth Silva. They're early here. This is the second frame. Jared struck in his first, and he's not going to strike in his second. Bowling on a very challenging Mexico City pattern today. Scores have been low, big old out of bounds to the right. They're drying out in the middle. That should make them harder and harder as we go here, unless someone can make a big adjustment and find a good look. Ian's got to win this, Jared's got to win this match by 14 to tie, 15 to win. And will leave himself open in the second, as Ian did. It's a 3-pin lead early for Silva. To their left is the scratch semifinals. Dante Urabari playing Toby Sidivaca, with the winner to take on Will Davis. Will looking for the sweep of the weekend. He and Dante will eventually play in the U17 match, unless they choose to make the title match count for that as well. Little Brooklyn love for Basie there. Basie was a character in one of my favorite movies, so every time I say his last name, I get this little flashback going on here. Silva's looked really good in the stepladder finals so far. He beat John Bloom 197 to 186 in round one, and got by Sadie Metzger 220 to 210. All of those bowlers El Paso locals. Great local turnout, and a lot of them did very well. Real nice job at the cluster spare over there. He's been strong in the middle of the games. He's been a little suspect towards the end of the games. So I'll be interested to see what happens if this match is close down to the finals.
LA wrap on 31, LA wrap on 31.
Look, it's 29-year-old Jeremiah McClellan back from nowhere. Where's he been? Got things to do. I mean, you know, can't. And you see the lane pattern rear its ugly head again there. Anything right of 8 has just about no chance. So you've got to play in the middle, and people are playing with fairly aggressive equipment in the middle. So the middle blows out, and you get what used to be called back in the day a good old reverse block. The typical way. Nice job at the spare though. Typical way to attack it will be to go more and more left. Jared and Ian both beginning-ish bowlers. And that won't be a comfortable thing for them to do, get that far left, knowing that there's out of bounds right. It's going to sound counterintuitive to them actually. Let's see if they can make the move. Jared with the two-handed bowling might be a little more naturally inclined to go there, but you see that ball still pitched out to the right, and they can do that all day if they want. It still ain't gonna come back. Won't happen. I'm sure they're not doing it on purpose. And the same thing happened to Urabari over on 4. That was his shot. And you see he got it out to that no man's zone. Much better there in the spare attempt for him. Nice job as I attack the camera. So very natural to overcompensate as well on the spare shot. So you miss right, miss left, open frame. Early advantage Silva here through 4. Jared was okay, but not great yesterday. Ian was not particularly good yesterday. Both of them bounced back brilliantly today here to get to the finals. New day, new tournament, new format, new pattern. Never give up. See that ball really having a hard time picking up at all. I don't know if that's the same ball he's been using all day or not. Jared, not an El Paso local, a product of the New Mexico high school bowling program. Any other New Mexico high school watching this, there are plenty of you out there, and every single one of you can do well with us. Meanwhile, Sidivaca is strong with 5. And he might be earning his first trip to a scratch division title match, as Basie continues to miss to the right. At least he smiles right there. Mama Aero trying to tell him it's going to be okay. Now Silva with a golden opportunity here to pick up some pins, and he does. As you can see, some of Team Silva is just exhausted. Oh, there he is. All right, there you go. Listen, these parents have long days too. They don't even get to bowl. They just sit back here and watch for 6-7 hours a day. Not the easiest of jobs. Toby hangs on there. He's in the 220s. He's well into the finals against Davis. It'll be an interesting title match. A lot of power in that match. Ian Seth going for the double. Leaves the 3. Not the easiest spare on the lane because you're kind of near that oil line that we're talking about. And will be talking about all day. Tour rolls on to Kingman, Arizona next week. Great hosts Serbat Lanes. And back here in this conference in Albuquerque in just 3 weeks at the really, really beautiful new Holiday Bowl. Something done go right there. Is that well, you got her early, and it's a war of attrition, as it sometimes is with these lower averages. There goes Dante. Oh, almost. There goes Donnie's ball wide right again. It's tough because if they're not going to move left, they'd have to risk sending it right to that OB. I think the shot's really kind of playable if you move left with enough rotation like Toby and Will both have. So I'm looking for scores. Well, Toby's already got a good score. I look for a decent score in a scratch title match. I think you got to get experience on these weird patterns. Dante bows out in 3rd place, but he's still got his U17 match to go, and we'll have to do that after affairs are over with. Nice spare for Basie there in the 6th. Will, right into it, please. Yep. Scratch finals have kind of been watching paint dry so far. Mr. McClellan's had his snack. He's out of here. Oh no, he's sitting back down. All right. Hey, there's a strike right through the schnoz. He'll take it. Takes a deep breath. Think about it some more. These are brand new situations for bowlers at this level. They haven't experienced step ladders, haven't experienced being on camera, have everybody watch them. Oh, it's another McClellan. You gonna say hi to Big Brother for us? No? No. Still have the fro from L? Yeah? Is it even bigger? Well, it's a 7-pin lead as it stands for Ian, but he's got a tough 10-pin to shoot at. That's a pretty good shot at it, though. Yeah, he's got it. Nice job to spare there. Davis is taking practice shots. Those are important shots over there. You only get 2 balls on each lane. That's our rule, so you got to really read and understand what your ball is doing and know whether you threw it good or whether... No, when you want it. Do you want to give it to your parents now? You're not leaving me, are you? Okay, good. By the way, you can also practice down on 1 and 2. So, yeah. If you want to hang on for a little while, once this match is over, then I'll have a second to breathe. Match. As a future broadcaster, you would know that you definitely, where are you? There you are, that you don't want to leave the broadcast mid thing. There's no commercial breaks on the internet, sir.
Are there really? No?
Well, actually there are, and they're very annoying. I don't have any little skip ad things on JBT. So far, so good.
What did you say? You said you forgot it?
Somehow, I must have packed them in the dark, and it's actually, they're the 3rd and 4th.
Ticket number 28, your lead is ready. Ticket number 28, your lead is ready.
No fourth. So you might not be 3rd on our scoreboards, but on our plaques, you sure are.
I'll take it.
Hit remove frame and then red key. 2 non-El Pasans don't know how to remove their frames over there. Lame. I think it's pretty darn easy, actually, yes. So meanwhile, after making that 10 pin, Ian threw it right in the gutter and gave a jolt of adrenaline to Jared. He struck in the 7th and got that 8 count here in the 6th. This is a pretty important spare as we're starting to run out of frames and he's gonna miss it. So now, again, Jared has to win by 14 to tie. After 8 frames, he leads by 1. That's why that spare was so important. It was virtually an even match if he had spared it. Instead, now he's got to catch up. 13 pins with only 2 frames remaining. Who wants it most? Boy, that ball is just not picking up a roll at all for him. Gotta have this spare. I have no idea why Toby started the match on lane 4 over there. Boy, these scratch bowlers, out of control. That's a whole nother story. Finally, he moves in enough and covers up the spare. That's a good job. Well, we talked about it earlier. This is where Ian has struggled. In the 9th and 10th, he's been a little weak. Let's see if he can put it all together for the win.
Make some move for me. Get that on.
3rd place scratch finisher, Donnie wanting some extra camera time. Big shot for Silva in the 9th.
Oh,
He's been carrying those Brooklyns pretty good. They didn't fall this time, but boy, he's got to have this spare. They are close to even if he misses this. He makes life very hard on Jared if he makes it. Dante choosing not to practice, instead he wants to talk into the camera. You can do whatever you want. No, to get your plaque is what I meant. You said, give me my darn plaque. I said, hold your horses.
Darn plaque. I said, when do I get my plaque? I don't know. Me and Jeff are arguing.
No! Davis carries that 9, but more importantly, Silva spared his 9, so he continues to have the 1-pin lead here in the 10th. Count very important. Again, 14 is the pinfall Jared has to make up. A high count here would be vital, and that's a pretty good shot. Oh man, what a good ball in the 10th frame. His best 10th frame shot. The count is good. That's super helpful. If he misses this, he's got 134 plus the 14 for 148. And that's huge because even by getting that 9, he has already forced Basie to double. If he had gotten less than 9 on this ball, Basie wouldn't have necessarily had to double. Now he does, even if he misses it. He does miss it, and that keeps Jared alive. 134 plus the 14 is
another number right here.
No, it's 147. Now, 20 pins ties. Here's the situation. Strike spare for Basie. We are tied. No, we're not. No, we're not. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Gotta have that double. Well, either way, it didn't happen. So Ian Seth Silva climbs the ladder and wins today's handicap title. I don't think he knows it yet. That really doesn't. It looks like he's asleep. Oh, sorry. Oh, gee. Oh, I just won 3 matches and won a tournament on a really hard pattern. Oh, the horror. Well, a good experience for Basie, and he did have a great breakfast at the Holiday Inn Express this morning. Cheers. I happened to bump into him this morning.
When do you leave today?
I am out of here in about 2 hours. I'm trying to move these guys forward. I can't believe I have to do an extra match. All right. Tied on the scoreboard, but Ian's got the pins in this handicap tournament. That's title number 1. And finally, Team Silva makes noise over there. There we go.
Hey, so can I go?
Yes, you may. I'll give you a plaque.
And you'll give me a plaque.
And I'll give you a plaque.
Okay, thank you.
Congrats to Ian. Scratch division match.